Hi friends of Solar Body Alchemy, how are you? It's Valentina here from Dublin.
And it's Kate from England.
Okay, so this evening we have a very interesting topic for you. So we were actually just talking about it with Kate and we were considering Scorpio because we are still in Scorpio season. And the theme that we have for this evening is what are the parts of you that you are hiding so that other parts of you can be visible? And it is a bit of a contrast with actually the opposite, I think, the opposite sign, Kate. We were just talking like only a few months ago, we were in the Leo season, and the Leo is all about being seen. And now we are actually going inwards with Scorpio about hiding, not showing, or showing all certain parts of ourselves that probably we deem better or more, more adapt to be seen. So it's actually quite a broad topic, very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, Leo naturally gets seen, and Scorpio naturally doesn't.
Yeah.
They hide, and I suppose it's a bit like Leo wants everything to be seen, and it kind of doesn't really. Any publicity is good publicity to a Leo. So even if they're being seen for reasons, they're still happy to be seen. And Scorpio will hide even the good parts of themselves to some extent because it just feels too exposing. Um, but I suppose if we lean into that a little bit more and try and understand the psychology of that, why would we want to hide the parts of ourselves in all aspects? And I suppose that comes down to feeling vulnerable, because if you share a part of you that you like with someone and they disregard it, and that can give you a whole connection to wounding, to pain. And it might well be that the person that you are intrinsically just wasn't supported in your family dynamics. So it might have been threatening to be seen. And so at some point we learn, whether we're a Scorpio or not, to conceal parts of ourselves, and we don't even necessarily know why we're doing that. And so it's a bit like when you blend pleasure and pain. Sometimes you get these confusing messages of this hurts, but I enjoy it, or I don't like this, but I keep doing it and getting something from it. So the more we hide something, the more we have to cut off from parts of ourselves. And the less we live life, really. It's quite tiring to constantly be in a place of protection and hiding. Obviously, it can be quite fun sometimes if you're sharing a secret with someone or something like that, but I'm talking about the sort of deeper aspects of not being able to have connections that have moments of intimacy all throughout your day, not just in kind of like one relationship or...
I think actually you raise a very good point, Kate, just now about it can be fun, but again, what we are doing here in Solar Body Alchemy is really raising this awareness. When is it only fun, or when does it start to be a pattern? And most importantly, why are you doing it? So it's really this invitation to explore these behavior that you might be having, and the inner, the deeper reasons of why are you doing this. And again, there is no judgment in this. It's simply observing what's happening here.
Yeah, and it's kind of the difference between privacy and secrecy, isn't it?
Yes.
The privacy is something that you're aware of, that you're just keeping within a particular container. This is for me, or this is for me and friends, or this is what I just do with this relationship. And secrecy is attached to shame.
Yeah.
I don't want you to know because boom, 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 there's consequence.
Absolutely. And it also makes me think about, accepting or rejecting help we are kind of playing around that edge here, because you might be a very private person and but accept help, while if you're a bit secretive, it's like, no, I don't want anything, I'm like a closed book, you know, kind of nothing escapes here.
Yeah, and it also makes it very difficult to connect to someone like that.
Absolutely.
Because there's this constant feeling of mystery, which initially can feel quite enticing or alluring, but over time can become a real barrier.
Absolutely. Yeah.
To some of the deeper aspects of intimacy and connection.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's preventing you from connecting to yourself if you're acting like that, but it also prevents someone else to connect to you, to your, you know, deeper you, to your real you. Yeah. So, what have you prepared for us today?
Well, we're going to do a bit of a meditation exercise where we look at how physically we hold onto what we consider to be secrets. Because however we're doing that physically, that's using some of our energy. And, you know, we just need to know that journey between keeping something secret and what it feels like to open up and allow that. It might be that, you know, you never get to a place where you share something, and it might be that you just create a little bit more space so that it's more comfortable for you.
Yes.
We're all going to do it in different ways. Some of us stuff stuff down, some of us push stuff to the side, some of us hide it behind our backs. You know, it's metaphorical, but it's also literal from a body perspective.
Yeah.
So we're going to explore that.
Woo! Let's start.
Okay. Yeah, so let your eyes close if you're comfortable with that. You can have a bit of a soft gaze if you're not comfortable with that, but just see if you can focus on one particular place. And gradually starting to be less aware of the screen, if you're looking at a screen, as your eyes are closed, knowing that screen is still there, but starting to let yourself focus a little bit more now inward towards your physical body. And you might also already start to have sensations, as we were just talking about what it's like to hold on to secrets and a feeling of secrecy. So just starting to notice how your body's feeling right now, physical sensations. You might be aware of the rhythm of your breathing. Letting your focus come to that a little bit more, so just noticing where the movement of your breathing is. And it might be that that's more in your rib cage or more in your belly, maybe a bit of both. And seeing if your body can start to find places where it's in contact, either to the surface it's on or with your feet on the floor, noticing that contact. And how your body's resting on that surface. So it might be that parts of you feel quite heavy, or firmly in contact to a chair or to the floor. And there might be parts of you that got a bit more of a light touch. And in the parts of you that feel a bit more contact, just sensing into what that contact is like. So, does it feel dense and heavy? Or it might feel solid and strong. Just feeling into what that contact, how are you experiencing that right now? And then letting yourself shift over to the places that feel a bit lighter. And it might be that there's less contact or no contact with that part of your body on any surface. And sensing into what that's like. So does it feel light and spacious, or is it quite difficult to get a sense of if it's not resting against something, or if there's no clothing there? And then letting yourself take in all of those places. So not really focusing on any particular thing. It's fine if your mind starts to shift from thing to thing, but it's widening your awareness now. So you can feel both the heavy parts, the light parts, contact, no contact. More of a general sensing. And now starting to let your mind become slightly more focused on either bringing to mind a memory of a past secret or a current experience of a secret that you're holding, you're keeping. It could be your secret, could be a secret for someone else. And it might be that you start to get images or the story that's coming with this. It's okay for that to be there. But as you're focusing on this sense of keeping a secret, starting to notice what's happening with your body. Getting particularly curious about any muscles that feel like they're tightening. You can let that exaggerate if you're not sure what you're sensing. So letting yourself move into the posture maybe of how it's holding, how you're holding the secret. So you might find yourself pulling backwards. You might find your arms coming around the front of your body, or maybe your hands are guided to holding the place where you feel like the secret is being held. Perhaps your heart or your belly or your head. As I say those words, how are you holding the secret? Getting a sense of what that holding is like. Does it feel tight? Do the arms that are holding the secret feel warm and loving and protective? What's the quality of how your body is holding this secret? It might come with other emotions like pride or shame or urgency. And it's like whatever it is, it's okay to be curious. You don't need to understand what that is. And getting a sense of your breathing. Does your breathing feel restricted in any places or fuller in any places? As you hold on to this secret, are you more with your inhale or with your exhale? And if you're holding on to any tightness anywhere, and if your breathing has become shorter or feels restricted in any way, letting yourself experience just a slightly longer breath in and out. Noticing how that feels. And in the areas that you might experience a tightening, let your hand come to that area, just so you can meet it physically with your hand, anywhere you're holding a tightening around holding this secret. And letting yourself breathe. In a few moments, we're going to be allowing ourselves to come back into the present here and now. So just getting a sense of how you want to leave these sensations in this moment. And if you felt particularly still, particularly tight, I invite you to bring a bit more movement into your body, maybe even inviting a bit of shaking into your hands, into your arms. And if that's too much, just taking little fingers as if they're walking up and down your arms, like little raindrop strumming finger movements. Just bringing a little bit more sensation back into your body if it's been feeling particularly still. Letting yourself stretch and move. When you're ready, coming back to the screen and gradually letting yourself open your eyes if they've been closed.
Oh, what a lovely, lovely, lovely meditation, Kate. Absolutely. Actually, you know what? While I was doing it, I came in contact, and I wonder how many of the people that are following us, with different qualities of secret. Because sometimes, you might have told something nice.
Absolutely, and you're desperate to tell people.
And you're desperate, exactly. And you're excited. So I really felt it here, in my chest, like, oh, I'm bursting and I have to hold it. Or, the opposite, when it's a very heavy secret that you feel like the burden of it. You cannot share it. So, there is this difference in secret.
Yes, and difference in how the body can hold it.
Yeah,
I suppose. So, for example, if I'm holding on to a secret that feels heavy, I feel myself pulling back and down.
Yes.
Whereas if I'm holding on to something exciting, I feel I have to hold it from my mouth.
Yeah.
Which is, and I hold more from my belly to hold on to a kind of an upsetting secret.
Yeah.
Physically, we've got different ways that we hold in or hold back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worth exploring that, because obviously the more secrets we have, the more energy it takes to stay holding in that place.
Exactly.
And also it's kind of, it feeds into other things. It's not just secrets we hold back. It's
well, yeah.
Saying stuff, not saying stuff.
Absolutely. And also I was actually in contact with how well it was received, within our family. Like, for example, were we told to hold in a secret that we really wanted to share or not? That I was also in contact with this.
Yeah.
And
that's where the shame piece comes in, because you might have had brilliant news and you want to tell people, but if your upbringing said don't be arrogant, or don't boast, sorry.
Yes.
Then you want to, but then something in you says no, that's not okay. So
yeah,
like you say, that there's such a range of what are secrets, and why do we keep secrets.
Absolutely.
And why happy secrets.
Absolutely.
Yeah, quite a good exercise to explore.
Yeah.
And obviously there's things that you can do with that, but the first part of it is recognizing, well, how am I doing that? And letting yourself be with that for as long as you need to be, before you start, pushing too much and saying, right, I need to let it go. If you've been holding something for a long time, there's probably a very, very good reason, and that also needs exploration and
respect, I guess. This acknowledgement that if we had behaved in that way for a very long time, it was for a good reason, as you said.
Yeah, absolutely. None of those things are wasted. You can build a sort of a physical resilience sometimes through learning the skills of something that's both challenging and can be utilized later down the line.
Absolutely. So thank you, Kate. It's been absolutely lovely.
Thank you, Beth.
Oh, and guys, everyone, we hope you have enjoyed it. As usual, you find us here on YouTube. You will find us on our podcast. You find us on Facebook. So if you have any questions, any doubt, any suggestions, just get in touch. Okay? Bye everyone. Have a lovely evening.